right, should we move on to the women's title match, the big showdown between Mercedes Mone and Australia's own Harley Cameron, the daughter of the legendary Dave Cameron, the historian of
no relation. He's in New Zealand.
Relation. Well, it's not that far, right? They had to take boats back in the day in order to mate with people in nearby locations.
Well, I mean, technically they took a boat to get to Australia originally, but again,
that's why the sheep were so nervous out there in those days.
Harley Cameron's, again, it's a silly comedy act, and I think she's really talented. I'd love to see her, on the Stephen Colbert show or something, not here. But they have successfully gotten her, through exposure to her, over. She may not be talented in the ring, but she is over with their fans right now.
Well, and she was even over on TV here on the build to this over the last couple of weeks without being in her home country. And then they go to Australia in a big crowd in their home country. And I'm thinking, is this the time where maybe they might realize, let's get something out of I think we agreed the other day, Mercedes, for the money spent and the ballyhoo, was the biggest female flop that they've ever flopped here in AEW. So could they put the new phenomenon over and get, something out of this thing? But they didn't do that, did they? and here's the thing: the match, like you said, Harley is not. It was like two drunk strippers watched a tape of a wrestling match and tried to imitate it. There's no leader here. I know Mercedes is trying to tell her things to do that she thinks might be wise to do, but we've seen what her matches look like a lot of times, and to me, it came down to Harley's not good, but at least people like her, where Mercedes is rotten and nobody's caring. So, besides the fact that this was kind of phony looking because they try to do too much out of their depth, and Harley was using the puppet to come off the top rope for whatever, but they didn't even use the puppet creatively. At one point, Mercedes football kicked it, but otherwise, Harley was just waving it around like it was a pom-pom. She could have fucking stuck her hand up the fucking puppet and then had the puppet fucking grab Mercedes in the crotch or something. I don't know.
I don't know if that would have worked on TNT.
Well, but it was late at night. But well, you can't deny that.
I don't know if TNT changes their standards that much late.
Well, it's late night. It's Playboy After Dark, baby. It's not the family hour anymore. We can let our freak flag fly.
That's right. Back to Electric Blue.
Yes, well, back to it is finally it wouldn't end until Mercedes hit that shitty finish that she does and beat Harley 1, 2, 3 also. So what is, Mildred Burke going to have to come back from the grave to end this winning streak of this obviously egotistical young flopola? Just an honest question I ask of you.
I mean, Tony's happy with Mercedes Moné. And I don't know what to say about the women's division. They have some talent there, but it's never going to work when you just throw them on in the middle of the show when there are other matches that people care for. Harley Cameron's gotten herself over with the puppet. I know it's not an easy thing to do, but they should sell the fucking puppet. Just have them everywhere, but merch is not necessarily their strong suit. But take advantage of this. Right now, if WWE had Harley Cameron and all of a sudden they discovered she's a ventriloquist and it got over, there'd be merch up the gazoo already. Is there anything from AEW? I don't know. She didn't win. AEW is on a run of disappointing finishes. And I'm not just saying the good guy has to win, and Tony Storm got a big win, and they really like that. But between Harley not winning and the way Cope lost, there was enough here to deflate people. You know what I mean? Just like, okay, I've seen
that fucking Cope Let's not blame him. The Dick the Boozer match, which we'll get to, was a goddamn. That was the wrestling equivalent of a tranquilizer dart. Just took the fucking energy out of everybody. Oh, well, anyway, yes, Mercedes won, didn't she?
Mercedes Moné did win. She is still the, no, the other one's the women's. She's the TNT champion. And
she's got like 4 belts or whatever.
Well, only one of them is recognized or official.
No, believe me, she's got 4 belts, but nobody recognizes any of them. Like, what's that?
So Harley Cameron, not necessarily someone who's a wrestler. Someone told me her husband is an athlete who was signed to WWE and that she came over here with him. And that's kind of what her introduction to wrestling was. So not someone with any sort of background or interest in being in it, but got into it. And she has talent. She could sing, play guitar, and play with puppets. Is that someone WWE should be interested in, or would they say, no, stay in AEW?
Well, no. I wonder why that she didn't give her husband, boyfriend, significant other, whatever was involved with the WWE system, why they didn't get involved with her at the beginning, or maybe they did, or maybe she wasn't interested then and chose another path or whatever, but she probably would have been better served in NXT, because if the only perspective she has on wrestling is what she sees behind the scenes and or in the ring in AEW, she's going to have a long road to hoe, as Mama Cornette used to say, if she wants to continue in the big leagues and go through NXT. If she at least got in that system first, she'd still have a limited understanding of wrestling, but she would have a better understanding of what the fuck, how to separate business from all of this tomfoolery. Does that make any sense?
It does make some sense. And again, Harley Cameron, getting over, talented, has her puppets. If AEW isn't going to sell them, maybe she could sell them herself, set up an online store, make a bunch of money, control her destiny with Shopify.
I can hear it right now. I can hear the cash register ringing and ka-chinging, and Harley Cameron, she could sell her puppets. She could sell anything she's had her hand stuck halfway up into the elbow in. And she could own all of her property, all of her intellectual property, and run her own business. But you still need help, folks. Even if you're an entrepreneur and you got the idea and you got the drive and the determination, you need the platform. You need somebody to help you out and navigate the interwebs and the wide world of commerce. Now that we're a global entity around the world with the interwebs, you need somebody like Shopify, home of the #1 checkout on the planet. Shop pay that boosts conversions. Way less carts going abandoned, and a cart is a terrible thing to waste, ladies and gentlemen. And way more of the sales going ka-ching. That means money. That means dinero. That means pesos. That means moolah. Not the female kind. You can pay for younger women. But it means financial recompense to you in your pocket if you're growing your business. Your commerce platform better be ready to sell wherever your customers are. Whether it's on the web, in your store, in their feed, and everywhere in between, from feelings to follicles. And businesses that sell more sell on Shopify, because they take the novice, they take the idea, they take the concept, and boom goes the dynamite. They make it become a reality. Brian, you have seen, as a matter of fact, this guy had an idea for a theme park, Pisney World. And over the course of a weekend, down there in Delray Beach, they built this guy an amusement park, and now he's letting children come in for a quarter a head.
I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
They can stay there all day.
In Delray Beach, Pisney World. I don't know what.
Well, he had to be far enough away from Orlando they couldn't see the sign. But right now, folks, you can upgrade your business and get the same kind of checkout and platform as the big boys use, and it's only going to cost you $1 a month. How can you do this? You say to yourself. Well, you don't say it yourself, or elsewise you'd be not using the word you. You say it to me. How can you do this? Or how can they do this? Who's doing this? Let me clarify this. Shopify is going to give you a $1 a month trial period if you go to shopify.com/JCE. That's all lowercase there, the JCE. Again, it's an important thing to them, so I went along with it. Shopify.com/JCE to upgrade your selling today. Shopify.com, have I repeated this enough? /JCE. And boom, you're going to be farting through silk and swimming in Scrooge McDuck's money bin. Unless, of course, your business that you're wanting to get into is illegal, in which case they'll give you another website you need to go to.
No, they will not. They will have nothing
about it there.
No, they won't tell you anything, and you could talk about that by yourself.
That's right. You know, you'll have no recollection of it afterwards. That's what the courts say.
They will not say anything because these conversations won't happen, but you'll be selling lots of stuff with Shopify. One more time, what's that promo code, Jim?
Oh, I thought you wanted to hear this one more time. The promo code is JCE.